Here's Laura Smith.
Yes, here I am, 77 WABC. Thank you, Jake Hirsch, for starting off the program with your beautiful golden pipes. Go to protunes.com if you would like to have Jake Hirsch voice any product or message on your phone, perhaps at your business, maybe even at your house. He's available, protunes.com, Toons, that is protunes.com. Well, I want to right off the bat thank my sponsors of Above and Beyond, which is the show that takes you there above and beyond with the greatest psychics, mediums, readers, angel readers, and so much more. People that are healing the planet and helping people to heal their hearts, their souls, and help them find their life purpose. That's what this show is all about, and I'm just so grateful to be here tonight. And normally, I forget at the end of the show to thank the people who make it happen besides my sponsors. So first of all, thank you to Balance of Nature, fruits and veggies in a capsule. That's all it is, fruits and veggies, nothing else. They've been flash dried, which means 100% of their nutrition has been retained within these capsules. And if you do what I just did, which is eat a cupcake because my producers bought them for me for my birthday today, you want to make sure that you're still getting the right amount of fruits and veggies every day. And that's why I take Balance of Nature and have been for 3 years. Best thing I could ever think of. I didn't even know it was possible to be able to find a way to get the nutrition of the fruits and veggies into me until I met the Howards. And we're going to be hearing from Dr. Howard and people who have taken it and what it has done for them. I also want to thank my wonderful sponsors, Aloe Moist. Aloe Moist is a unique cream that is so good for your face, so good for your skin. You can even use it around your eyes. It's just full of nutrition. It's full of antioxidants. It's got aloe in it. Everything natural. I went to the beach again this week, I confess, and really did another sun number on me, which I've been doing. But the Aloe Moist not only helps it feel better, it really produces moisture from the inside out and repairs the cells. And I'm so grateful to have found this natural product. I'm all into that. Except for the cupcakes today. But that's natural, too. So I'm thankful to them, and I'm thankful right off the bat. My producer, Michael Mejilo, who is here videotaping tonight's show, which he does on a weekly basis. You can find us at Above and Beyond with Laura Smith on YouTube. That's the channel there, and you can see what we look like live in person. I'm holding my headphones here because they're not working, and on a commercial break, I'm going to go get another pair. But I also want to thank Jennifer Ramirez, who is taking your phone calls right now at 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. She's the beautiful voice you hear there, and she tells you, how to get on the air and asks you what your questions are. So thank you to her and Jason, my technical producer on the other side of the glass. And each week they bring this show to life. And today they brought me flowers for my birthday. That's right. I'm 29 again, and these most gorgeous flowers. So thank you to Jennifer and Jason. I love you guys. Thank you for making this show happen. And to my executive producer, Jan Ring. It was her birthday this week as well. Thank you for making it all possible. There, got that all out and done and said. Happy birthday to me. And happy birthday to all of you, because I have a beautiful guest today here. First time on Above and Beyond with Laura Smith. She is all sorts of things wrapped up into one, but I had a beautiful time getting to know her on the phone and having a session with her, and she's extraordinary. You're going to want to know all about it. She's an energy healer. She's an angel reader, an author, and an educator. Her name is Elaine Grohman. Welcome to the show, Elaine.
Thank you so much, Laura, for this wonderful opportunity.
It's my privilege and pleasure. And thank you so much. I'm one of those types. I go into the grocery store and I tell the person at the counter, by the way, it's my birthday today. Like, no one asked, but I have to say it anyway. Great to have you here. An angel reader. Well, how is that? Is that a nice, not a nice way? Is that a different way of saying a psychic, or is it a whole different system of work?
I personally believe, Laura, that it's a little bit different system of work in that you're really tapping into the angelic realm. You're tapping into a higher wisdom rather than just, and I don't mean to say just in any derogatory way, but not just people that have passed. Okay?
Right, which is what a medium would do.
Yeah,
yes. But you also do that as well.
I do, because it's all about love. Mm-hmm. But when I was introduced to this, I was actually in a hospice setting. So I had actually had many, many intuitive experiences in my youth, but when I was with people every single day that were dying, and there was no question that they were dying, all of these beings that were present made themselves known in order to allow me to give messages to them. And initially I was a little reticent to say so, say what I was hearing, say what I was feeling. And it took some years before I studied with actually Doreen Virtue. I'm sure you probably...
Yes, I've heard of her.
So
yes.
I studied with Doreen Virtue, who really talks about the angelic realm specifically. So I always refer to myself as an angel reader because I think that it helps to bring it up into a little bit different level.
It's a different frequency, isn't it? Because, there are people who believe that, any psychic ability or whatever is black magic or it's anti-religion and things like that. But I just, it baffles me forever to think that anybody who has just a vision or an intuition that goes so deep. I mean, every major person in the Bible was basically a prophet. Right. As was Jesus Christ. So it really, to me, I never understand that. But by saying that you work with the angelic realm means that you're working in a higher frequency, I would imagine, and one that you said is based completely in love.
Absolutely. And the truth is that all human beings are intuitive. But we have so disconnected ourselves from that which allows us to feel our senses and be aware of our senses. And I think that the more you do this kind of work, really you understand the whole purpose of living is to understand love. That is the reason for our existence. And so when we understand that, we can get out of our own way and recognize that love is the power that animates our very cells. That we can see it as not as a commodity, but as a force, a powerful force that is available to all people. And so I think that being able to tap into that realm, it has a different intensity to it. It has a different peacefulness to it. It has a different love to it. But of course, because of the love that we feel with our loved ones, those people that are in spirit, those people that are still present and have the spirit that we recognize when we see them, and all of that doesn't go away. It's still a part of the dimensions that we're dealing with. But again, it's all about love.
I love that. And it's very touching that you worked with people in hospice and still do. I know that you have this really incredible project, and you were telling the story right before the show started about the fact that you were trying to find out a way to get the word out about this beautiful project, Healing Hearts with Positive Players, that you were going to be doing in New York. And the phone call came an hour later from me saying, how would you like to be on my show in New York City?
Exactly.
So talk about answered prayer. That's like instant manifestation, right?
Well, I think that there's so many things that we have neglected to understand. The phrase, ask and you shall receive, is more important than we realize. To ask means when you're asking with an open heart, it isn't that you're asking for your particular agenda to come forward. It is, I am willing to help. How can you help me do what I've come into this planet to do? So when you're asking with that kind of idea, it's much more than saying, I want this or I want this, that particular thing. It's much broader.
Yes, it's how can it fit into the greater good of all, but at the same time fulfill whatever desires or needs that you have. So tell us about Healing Hearts with Positive Players, how it's going to impact the New York area, but basically anyone in the world, because you do teach the energy healing all over the world. Well,
this is, again, one of those things, such a remarkable experience of how this came to fruition to begin with. Just in April of this year, my dear friend who's here in the studio had invited me to come and teach a workshop. So I did a 2-day workshop in Sloatsburg, outside of the city. And then the following evening, I did a group reading with some very well-known people in that area, some shamans and different individuals. And in came running this sweet little blonde woman who was just, full of bubble and life. And as I was sitting there working with her, I understood that there was a tremendous capacity of love that she had. So it's like
difficulty, not negativity,
but
in
such a way that she was recognizing not the difficulty, but the sadness of what people believe they are. And because when they believe that they have little or that they are little, then they're willing to do things that in their higher frequency of understanding who they are, they would never dream of doing. So that's how it started to happen. And within a very short order, literally within 2 weeks, I had a dream I was in California. She had a dream, literally, I was in California, had a dream about creating a project. She had a dream about me creating this project. We'd only had met at the end of April. And before we knew it, she was able to share with me that she already had this nonprofit in existence called Positive Players. And this was started as a result of her need, her desire to do something about 9/11.
Mm-hmm.
And she was
I can't believe it's fast approaching again.
Yes.
And that it's 15 years. It's it's beyond.
It's amazing.
Yes, or 14, excuse me.
And in her great wisdom and understanding of what she does to help humanity, she had, over the years, had done something at different intervals. Well, my hope in my life had always been to, how do we bring this to more people? And it just came to synergistically come together in a very short order. Just last evening, we were meeting on the water at this beautiful place with people that are really interested in helping us bring this together. So what the pilot is, Laura, is to do once a month events in different areas in the city, particularly in the Bronx to begin with. And then over the course of a year, come back and see, how are you doing with this? So myself as an energy healer, I would teach someone how to do it for themselves.
So these will be people in the Bronx that are learning energy healing.
Yes, for themselves.
And these are people that have suffered trauma?
Yes.
Okay.
Horrific trauma.
Okay.
Horrific trauma. Maybe their whole of their life. And how do you help them to understand that they have so much available to them just from the living earth? Mm-hmm. And what people don't realize is they've disenfranchised themselves from themselves. Mm-hmm. And when that happens, then all kinds of horrific things will happen. Yeah. But when people can just get enough energy into their body where they feel something that they've never felt before, and it just gives them pause to say, what on earth was that? Mm-hmm. Or whatever the heck they say, whatever adjectives, I don't care. All I want to know is, are you feeling something? Mm-hmm. Are you feeling something in your own physiology that you have never felt before? Well, when you do, please let me explain what that is. Mm-hmm. And when that frequency raises, and I thoroughly believe there is no such thing as a negative human being. There's a lot of people with low energy that causes them to behave in negative ways. Right. But inherently, they are not negative.
No, we're all born beautiful and wonderful in the eyes of
perfect.
Our Creator. Yes, perfect, exactly.
We're born perfect. But over time, because of the circumstances that we've been born into or experiences we've had, it kind of camouflages that and blinds us to the truth of who we are.
So how can people get involved in the program, or what can they learn? Where can they go to learn more about?
Right now, we're actually doing a GoFundMe project to try to bring money together. We're trying to raise $100,000 so that this will be free to all participants who want to come. So those people that we're bringing together, obviously we have to pay their wages and we have to pay them if they're being flown in and all of those kinds of things, aside from all the things that we'll be bringing in to help those people. But for the citizens themselves, there will be no charge.
Right. So they will get to learn how to, like you said, be healed energetically and do it for themselves.
Yes, and these other wonderful people that will be working with us, there's gentlemen that will be doing mentoring of young men and teaching them how about wonderful food and all kinds of things that any human being has the right to know. Mm-hmm. So that they can begin to see themselves differently and therefore think differently about themselves and everyone else that they see.
Wonderful. Absolutely wonderful stuff. My guest is Elaine Grohman, Healing Hearts with Positive Players. Give us the website to go to,
if you go to GoFundMe.
Go to GoFundMe, which is a website, GoFundMe.com.
Yes, and if you just put in Healing Hearts with Positive Players in their search, it will bring it right up.
Okay, Healing Hearts with Positive Players, and get some healing going for people who have suffered in the city, whether it's from trauma or crime or whatever type of loss or grief. Wonderful stuff. Elaine, thank you so much. And now, when we come back from the break, we are going to go to your phone calls because I know you would love to be able to experience an angel reading with the angel Elaine Grohman. She's going to be giving messages for you. So call us up at 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. And also, I want to thank, once again, Balance of Nature, fruits and veggies in a capsule, and Aloe Moist, the wonderful moisture that goes from your face to your feet safely, healthfully, and wonderfully. It's been a godsend in a jar on both of them. Thank you so much. It's Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, back with readings for you. 800-848-WABC. We'll be back with Elaine Grohman. Don't go away. Welcome back. It's Above and Beyond with Laura Smith. Great to be with you tonight. The show that takes you above and beyond with the world's best psychics, mediums, intuitives, and in the case tonight, Elaine Grohman, the angel reader. is here. So happy to have her. Energy healer she is, and as well as an angel reader. And she's also an author, 2 books. Spirit Awakening was her latest book in 2011. Spirit Awakening, Wisdom for Life and Living. And Grohman, just so you know, is spelled Grohman. Grohman. And you can find Elaine for readings because she does them over the phone like she did with me. And the healing, she does all of it over the phone for you. So go to ElaineGrohman.com to find her and find out how to get a session with her. But in the meantime, we are going to go right to the phones, and we want to bring in as many of you as possible. So right to your questions. Elaine from Wayne, New Jersey. You're on with Elaine Grohman.
I'd like to know how many angels are around me, and is my mother one of them, and does she have any messages from me?
Well, first of all, you have there is 4 that I'm feeling right now, and your mother is not an angel per se. Many people ask that question. An angelic being has never lived in a physical body. So your mother, having had a life in order to bring your life forth, she is certainly can be a guide to you. However, that is very different than someone who is, or an individual who not an individual, but a spirit that is an angel. And there's many different hierarchies of the angels. There's different realms of the angels. But there are most definitely Archangel Gabriel is around you. Archangel Gabriel is the angel of communication. And Elaine, you have to be very, very careful of how you speak to people, because sometimes you're a little bit confusing when you speak to people. Do you understand what I'm saying? They might not, you might say something and they might take it a different way.
Oh.
Do you understand? So please try to be a little bit more clear. Archangel Gabriel, as the angel of communication, can help you to be a little bit more succinct in what it is that you're actually trying to say. But one of the things that they're also making me feel is that it's really important that you be not afraid to say the truth. So many times people say what they think someone wants to hear. And therefore, then, you're kind of disavowing what is really of importance and value to you. And they're asking you not to do that, because what you do have to say is extremely important. And so that you can be understood, the only ways that someone can really understand you is if you speak your truth. Now, your truth is not the same as your opinion. Very different. Mm-hmm. Okay? Usually when someone is speaking their opinion, they're often a little bit forceful about that. They're trying to be, agreed with. And that necessarily is not the truth. Mm-hmm. Okay? So you have a lot of angels around you, and they want you to know, do you like to work in the garden, Elaine?
Not that much.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Okay. Have you ever felt the peace that you will feel when you're in a garden, even if you don't have a garden, if you go out to a garden? Do you live in the New York area?
No, I'm in New Jersey.
Okay. So if you can go out into nature, what they want you to know is there are really such things as nature spirits. And have you just had a real difficult time with trying to make a decision about something?
No.
Okay, well, it may be coming up where you're going to need to make a decision, and sometimes the decision is as simple as, should I speak up or should I not speak up? Should I act or should I hold back? So that when you hold back, sometimes you're allowing somebody else to feel their own strength, okay? And as you do that, then you're going to feel the importance of the words that you say.
Okay, thank you so much. Elaine, thank you for starting off the program. We're going to go to Lenore in Lakewood, New Jersey. Hi, Lenore.
Hi.
What is your question for Elaine Grohman, my dear?
And happy birthday to you.
Thank you, sweetie.
More happy birthdays in the future.
Thank you.
Really beautiful. And my question to you, Elaine, is this. This coming weekend, my husband's going to have a microtherapy prostate, not surgery, but a treatment for enlarged prostate to shrink the prostate. How successful will this treatment be?
I'm so glad that you're talking about something that is a medical thing, because this is very important. First of all, your husband is he's a very strong man.
He sure is.
And he's a very loving man. Mm-hmm. And he's taken a lot of responsibility that belongs to other people on his shoulders. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, all these years.
And so his surgery or the procedure will be extremely successful. But in order to prevent this continuing to resurface, it's really important that he allow other people to hold up their own weight. Okay? So what they want you also to know, for Archangel Raphael is the angel of healing, and it's very, very important, Lenore, that as you're with your husband, as he's getting ready to have any kind of procedure, this is one thing I always say to my clients, especially when I'm working with somebody who's going through chemotherapy, radiation therapy.
It's not chemotherapy. It's just
any kind of medical things.
Yeah, she's saying any
kind of medical things. Really take the hand of that individual who's going to be working and caring for your husband and say to them, thank you so much for all the time that you have devoted in your life to be standing here with us now today. So what they really want you to understand, and Lenore, you're such a loving woman, and you have been such a devoted wife to your husband, and he will be fine. He will be fine, but he has to allow. He's such a strong man that he's always kind of thrown everybody's problems over his shoulders. Do you know what I'm saying? And now he can be like the elder who says, "I trust you enough to know that you can do this."
But Elaine, one small thing. Now he has dementia.
That's okay, honey. He can still have dementia, and he can in those things that you can still have dementia. Is he ambulatory? Can he get around? Does he recognize who people are at this point
yes,
still?
He does. But it's difficult walking and talking.
Okay, but he does recognize you at this point?
Yes, he does.
Okay, very good. So when that cognition is still very functioning, let people share with him what he means to them. Yeah. Encourage them to do so.
It seems like right now that he's got this condition, people avoid him.
Well, you know what? Really what that is, Lenore, is their own fear.
They're scared of him.
Well, they're not.
The unknown.
They're generally, really, people are, unless he's combative and they have a reason to be afraid of him, generally what it is people look at their own longevity when they see someone who's ill.
All right. Thank you. Lenore, we wish your husband the most speedy recovery and much love to both of you. Thank you so much for calling in. My guest is Elaine Grohman. She's an energy healer and angel reader as well, and we're doing angel readings tonight. Joyce in Brooklyn, what is your question for Elaine?
Hi, happy birthday. And,
thank you, sweetie.
Thanks for taking my call. Previously, I was told that our friend was in transition, and I'd like to know if she now has any messages for either me, her other close friends, or her daughter.
Is there a T female, like a Teresa or something like that?
No.
Okay, and your friend has transitioned. Did she transition about 2.5 months ago, or?
Well, I was recently told that she was still in transition, so I'm not sure.
She was in transition. Okay. So they're showing
Do you mean like after death?
No.
She was in transition?
In the process of actively dying? Is that what you're saying?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. She's already passed.
Okay. So was her dying about 2.5 months ago?
No, it was a little over a year ago.
Okay. Does 2 and 5 mean anything like February 5th or anything like that, or on the 25th? Do you recall?
No.
Okay. It's okay if you don't recall. You might find this a little bit later. She absolutely, people don't linger. Most people think that people linger. Mm-hmm. Okay. Immediately there is a recognition, and no matter what your denomination is, it has nothing to do with religion. Every human being has multidimensional beings around them that are helping them to understand the purpose of their very life. Okay, so as soon as she did pass, of course, you can be completely rest assured that she is at peace, she is happy, and all of the lessons that she was meant to learn in her life, she is fully aware of now, whether she was able to come to completion with those or not. Okay, she has come to someone in a dream, is what she's making me feel like.
Perhaps, yes.
Okay.
Maybe her close friend.
Okay. So.
And I'm sorry to interrupt, but the number 5 is her daughter's birth date.
Okay. So does she have 2 children?
No, just 1.
Okay. Definitely they're showing me 2 and 5. So I don't know what part the 2 plays in it, but definitely the 5. So usually when they show me a number, it's a time or a date or a reference of some kind numerically. But what they want you to know is she is indeed fine, and they want you to make sure that you take care of yourself.
Okay.
Are you taking care of yourself?
Yes, but I'm concerned about her closest friend.
Okay. Instead of being concerned, why are you concerned?
It's been very difficult for her. They were very close.
Okay. This is what your friend is saying. Is there a Barbara or a B female? I keep seeing a T or a B.
There's also a Barbara that passed.
Okay, because there's a Barbara here that also wants to make sure that she gets a chance to chime in and say hello. Okay, is this a sister-in-law to you or someone's?
Barbara? No, a good friend.
Okay, was she like a sister to you?
Well, we work together, and we're also friends outside of the office.
Okay, well, Barbara is definitely around. She wants you to know that she's sending love to you. But as you know, the most important thing is to make sure, instead of worrying about somebody, ask them to remember the gifts that they learned from knowing that individual.
Okay.
All right, Joyce.
Sure
that's a great way to look at it. Easier said than done sometimes, but that's to focus on, what they're grateful for, and it must be hard, though. I know it's hard when you lose somebody. I can't imagine. I'm grateful that I haven't been there yet where I've lost people that are very, very close to me. But so I wouldn't have any advice on that. But you, working with hospice, you certainly do.
And in my own personal life.
And in your personal life. Elaine Grohman is my guest. She's an angel reader and an energy healer. And she does both types of work over the phone. You can find her at her website, ElaineGrohman.com. And Grohman is Grohman. Grohman, ElaineGrohman.com. We're to come back with more of your phone calls at 800-848-WABC, 800-848-9222. It's Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, the show that takes you there. We'll be right back. But I actually just wanted to reiterate that I'm grateful to the fruits and veggies in a capsule called Balance of Nature. They've changed my life completely, that of my family as well. I have given these products to my parents now and my daughter, and it's changed all of our lives. In addition to very, very dear friends of mine, Curtis Sliwa here at the radio station is on them because his blood pressure is so high. Really, the question is what does not fruit and vegetables help if you have the right amounts? And I'm not talking about sautéed spinach or iceberg lettuce doused with dressing. That is not how you get your fruits and vegetable quota a day, which is like 10 servings you're supposed to have. You get it by eating raw vegetables, or if you can't have 10 servings of raw vegetables because it's hard to digest, it's hard to eat like that, like a rabbit, and B, it's hard to buy that much produce and constantly have it cleaned and chopped in the amounts you need. Balance of Nature really is your only other alternative. And I'll tell you, when you do it, there are so many things, testimonials. We were speaking about my suntan before. I got a lot of sun in Cape May this week, a lot. And I've even heard testimonials about the fruits and veggies, Balance of Nature, helping people with sunburn. Imagine that. Why? Dr. Howard explains it's because of the chemistry that it does on your cell work on the inside of you, that it actually staves off burns. It actually helps you if you're in a lot of pain. He doesn't say it's a cure-all. It's just that the fruits and the veggies working together synergistically with your cells, it just makes you heal that much faster. So that's just one of the thousands of benefits besides blood pressure and besides hair and nails looking great, besides improved energy. Fruits and veggies in a capsule, you can only get enough by taking it in this way, which is flash-dried and pulverized, made here in America with perfect 100% tested perfect vegetables and fruits, and organic too. So that would be balanceofnature.com. That's how you order them, balanceofnature.com, and make sure you put Laura into the promo code. So thanks for that. Back to the show now. Elaine Grohman is my guest. She is an energy healer and an angel reader. She is working with somebody in New York City now to help heal people basically of trauma, and you can go to her GoFundMe site. GoFundMe is one of those great sites that they have now where you can help projects that are trying to get off the ground that do amazing work. And so if you go to GoFundMe, go to Healing Hearts with Positive Players, and that is going to put money towards helping people learn how to heal themselves, people who have been in traumatic situations in very difficult parts of our city. And we're grateful to you. Thank you, Elaine, for that.
Thank you, Laura.
And thank you for all the session work that you do over the phone and in person. I know you live in the Midwest, but there are people that listen from all over the country to this program here on WABC. You can watch us on the video on Above and Beyond with Laura Smith YouTube channel and see what Elaine looks like. She's lovely. And call for a session by going to her website, ElaineGrohman.com. And Grohman has an H in it, so Grohman. Back to the phones for your readings here at WABC, 800-848-9222. Emily in Baskin Ridge, New Jersey. Go ahead.
Hello.
Hi, honey. What's your question, Emily?
My question is, does my grandfather have any messages for me?
Does your grandfather have any messages for you? First of all, do you have a memento that was his, some kind of placard that was on the wall? Do you have any plaque or some kind of official document that he was given, like for land?
Emily,
are you there?
I'm listening. Yes, I'm just trying to think. I can't think of anything at the moment.
Okay. Well, there is something about some kind of document that he wants you to be looking for. You may not even actually have found it yet. Is someone cleaning out old storage areas or old trunks of some kind that would have documents in it or just different memorabilia?
Not at this moment.
Well, start looking, honey. There's
Okay.
something from your grandfather. He really, really tremendously has something important that he wants to show you.
Okay.
And it seems like it's a piece of paper of some kind of document.
Okay.
Okay?
I'll look for that.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Emily.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, dear. Laura in Queens, what is your question for Elaine?
Oh, hello. Yes, hi. I was just wondering if I'm kind of at a crossroads with my career and personal life. I was wondering if I had any messages from the angels or from my grandparents as well.
Okay, first of all, with your personal life, this is what the Archangel Gabriel, again, as the angel of communication. It's very important that we really learn how to pay attention to what you feel inside, because those gut feelings, those intuitive feelings that you have, is not only your higher self trying to get information to you, but also the divine realm saying, if something doesn't feel quite right and you have that little bit of a catch in your throat, or you just don't feel something is right, please, please, please pay attention to that, because they really want you to be in relationships that really honor who you are. And actually, kind of similar to what was another caller before, you really have to speak your mind. It's very important that you speak your mind, okay? That you say what is important for you. Are you, in terms of the career path that you're taking, you have two different choices that you're looking at this point?
Not really, no.
Okay, well, they're showing me that there's two very seemingly divergent opportunities are coming your way, but they will actually come back together in kind of a synergistic way that one will support the other or one will give you valuable information for the other. There is no wrong place that you can be right now. What is the most important thing is for you to understand you're your own CEO. You're your own chief energy operator. So you don't ever work for anybody else. You work for you. Okay?
Okay.
So when you're making decisions about what it is that you want to do, you really can't go wrong if you're following that little spark of the divine, that's something that's bringing interest to you, that you feel a draw to it. It will lead you in the right direction.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, sweetheart. Appreciate it. Pat in the Bronx, what is your question or comment for Elaine?
Hi. I was just so pleased when I was listening to Elaine talking about her project, because I also have a gift that I haven't been using, and I was sitting here, and something came to me. My spiritual voice came to me and said, "Why don't you have a mass reading, and hire a hall or something like that, and try to help people to bring up their intuitive power?" I just want to know. I had a reading some years ago that said you can't sit on your gift; you have to use it to help others. Can you tell me if this is something that I must do? It's just been bothering me for a while.
Well,
shall I go on with my project? But I'm applauding you because it's like I almost read you. Everything you were saying, I picked it up a couple of days ago, and I'm saying, "Oh, that's a good idea, but am I ready for it? I don't have any money."
Honey, you were born ready for it. You were born ready for it. And you know this without a doubt. And what they want you to do is to, again, just start. You're already doing this. You're giving little bits of information to people, and you're helping. You're
all
very,
the time,
very
all the time.
You're
all
very
the time.
encouraging to people. Please, please, please don't diminish the fact that even though you're doing one-on-one at a time, that is a cumulative effect. Okay? And yes, they're interesting that you're asking, is there going to be things done in big ways? Yes, indeed. That's something we were talking about last night when we were gathering for this. This is going to continue to blossom. And what you're doing, please, dear, don't ever underestimate what you're doing. And yes, you know this from the time you were a little child. You knew you had gifts.
Yes, it's the truth. And people say to me, "You talk too much." Oh my God, you talk too much. Because everything I pick up on them, I don't care who it is. I'll find people in the street, the bus, the subway. We have the big.
That's right. Okay. Well,
people come to me and they tell me all their problems, and I'm saying, "Well, Bubba," and I'm out there giving information. I haven't seen them anywhere. I bless them. I go on.
Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that.
So, Pat, can I ask you this question? If you do that, are you wondering whether or not you should be taking money for your gift?
No, I don't take money because I used to take money. I sent you a letter. You're going to get a letter from me. I sent a letter to you to come. I want to read you.
Oh,
I got some.
Okay.
I got a word. I got a word on you. I have something came. Someone came to me and said, it's either they lived in this building where I'm living, because you're going to get my old-fashioned template stationery, which is Patricia Mize on the desk stuff, and that my address is on it. And that address is either connected to somebody you lived, some previous person that lived with you. But make a long story short, we will get together.
Okay, Pat.
You're on my list. Somebody said to me, Paula, don't be afraid. I'm afraid to do it, and then I'm boasting to do it.
Pat, don't be afraid. I'm telling you, you have so much love and energy to give. I can tell it, and I cannot wait to get your letter. I just hope you have good news in it for me. Anyway, thank you so much for taking your calls here on Above and Beyond with Laura Smith. My guest is Elaine Grohman. How about Nick in Sloatsburg? We were just talking about Sloatsburg, where you were. Hi, Nick. What's your question for Elaine?
Elaine, my wife and I were in the process of trying to sell our house, and it's consuming so much of our time with the preparation and updating and repairs, because we want to get on with our life. And do you see this? I feel it's a burden. That this burden is going to leave us very quickly.
Yes, and actually I just see this big smile. That I just saw. But one of the things that they would like you to do is they want you to do what's called ceremony. Okay? And as you know, Sloatsburg is very sacred Native American land. Yes? Are you aware of that?
Yes.
Okay. They want you to do ceremony, meaning they want you to, as you're walking around your home, not just in your home, but outside of your home, they want you to bless all the events that have taken place there. The good, the bad, the questioning, those that have caused you to pause, all of those things that have helped you to understand who you are. And then after you've done that, so you bless the life that you've lived there. And then you bless those whose lives are yet to take place on that land, so that you kind of clear the residue of any negativity or any residual of any anger or resentment or anything. So let this turning over of your home to someone else be a gift. Do you understand what I'm saying, Nick?
Yes. This house isn't a house that basically we lived in. It was a house that we had rented, and if I have to walk around that house, I will gladly walk around that house.
Any house.
Okay.
Any house that you ever live in, and you're asking creation to help you.
Or even if he didn't, because he said he didn't live in it. So
I did not live. I didn't live in this.
Okay, but it is you own it?
Yes.
Okay, you own it, so therefore you're the keeper of the land.
Yes.
You're the keeper of the land, so therefore your obligation and possible responsibility, meaning your ability to respond, not your duty. You're choosing, you're electing to do something for whoever is about to come and partake in living their life in that place.
And who is the saint again that you plant upside down?
It's St. Joseph.
Oh, St. Joseph.
Yes.
Right. My parents did that, and they're not Catholic, but their house wasn't selling, and people weren't even looking at it.
St. Joseph wasn't Catholic either, honey.
Yeah. Okay.
My cousin does that.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it worked. The day.
It does work.
The week after my parents planted him the way they were supposed to, my Catholic aunt from Chicago sent it upside down. They got their offer that week. It was so weird. No one had walked. Now, it was a gorgeous house, and not one person had walked through it in the 3 months that it was up for sale. We put that St. Joseph in. That week they got an offer, and that was it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so interesting. Anyway, Nick,
should I get a statue and plant it?
It wouldn't hurt, honey. But more importantly, bless the space.
Yes, I will.
Bless the space. Thank you
Nick,
so much.
Thank you so much. You're a sweetheart. Thank you for calling in. Good luck to you. Let's see, Adrian in Manhattan. Let's go to you next. You're on with Elaine Grohman. Go ahead.
Hi. My husband was laid off not too long ago, and we tend to be optimists that we think, one door closes, something else will happen. But it's been stressful, and I'm just wondering if things will be looking up sooner rather than later, or we just, stay the course.
Is your husband a bit of an entrepreneur?
Well, we're getting into that now. He hadn't been before, but I think that this is the opportunity.
Yes, this is what they're showing me, that you've actually kind of been given a little bit of a blessing, and that that you kind of got away from something that he his heart was not into. He's very creative and he's got a million ideas.
Yes.
And what they're showing me is when he puts his heart into what would really bring him joy, he's not only going to be successful, he's going to be a catalyst for other people to say, wait a minute, he just did that. I can do this. I don't have to be punching a clock and going to talk to somebody that I don't even like to be around. You understand what I'm saying? He is such a creative individual, and you are a tremendous support for one another. And that is a great blessing. So please be playful about this. Think of it as a time that you're just being given an opportunity to rest a little bit and be creative, and the doors are going to fly open. You're going to be surprised.
All the very best to you, sweetheart, really, truly, and your husband as well. This is Above and Beyond with Laura Smith, the show that takes you there with the greatest psychics, mediums, healers, and in this case today, an angel reader. Her name is Elaine Grohman. You can find her at her website, ElaineGrohman.com, and Grohman is Grohman. She does wonderful healing work interspersed in and out of the intuitive work that she does. It's really a very unique experience, and it's wonderful. And as she works with the angels, it's a very high vibrationally, something like that. It's a different experience than just, I see this or I see that. There's a lot of teaching that goes on there and a lot of healing. So I would highly recommend a session with Elaine Grohman. When we come back, more of your phone calls. And thank you to my sponsors. When we come back, Alamoist is going to tell you a little bit about that for a minute and go right back to the phones. Don't go away.
Now, back to Laura.
This is the part of the program. We have literally 4 minutes left, and we want to get to a couple more readings. So Elaine Grohman, my wonderful guest, from Healing Hearts with Positive Players. She's doing this great GoFundMe project. You can go to GoFundMe.com and put in Healing Hearts with Positive Players and find out how you can help to get this project up and running in New York City to help heal people that have gone through traumatic events. But in the meantime, we're going to do very quick drive-by readings right now, very quick, so you're not going to get a long answer, but you will get something. So Mike in in Jersey City, beautiful Jersey City, go ahead.
Hi, Laura. Happy birthday.
Thank you, darling.
I'd like to know how many angels I have around me and what they have to say.
Right now, I see that you have 4, and it's more about what you have to say. They want to know what you have to say. They want you to start asking questions of them. You need a little bit of guidance from the angels, and you need to listen.
Yes,
okay?
so ask them. By the way, Mike, I ask my angels all the time, and nothing is too small or too big. I ask them to help me, and ever since I've done that, it's unbelievable the major help. They just want to be asked, I think, right, Elaine?
They can't interfere with your life without your permission, and that's why asking is so important, because you have free will.
Absolutely. Mike, thank you so much, my friend. Marge in Hunterton, go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Elaine, I'm taking care of my 82-year-old husband with vascular dementia, and much of the help I have sought, which is almost non-existent, advises, a nursing home, and I shouldn't be really doing this because it's too much work. But there is no way,
So what is your question, sweetie?
My question is, are the angels with me on this? Am I doing,
You mean, should you continue to be his caregiver or put him in a nursing home? Okay, go ahead.
Yes, they're saying you continue because no one loves your husband quite like you.
Yes.
But they want you also to make sure that you carve out time for yourself so that you are not exhausted at the end of the day. You let those people come in who can give you an hour or 2 hours that you can go out and get your hair done, go out and have lunch with a friend, take care of you, and then you can give more loving, direct care to your husband.
Lorraine, thank you, my friend Marge. Much love. Lorraine in Brooklyn, go ahead real quick. What's your question?
Hi. I'm a little bit in between careers right now, and I'm also going to school for something else because I'm trying to change paths, and I just wanted to know if I'm going in the right direction.
You absolutely are. You absolutely are. Don't waver. Don't question yourself about your education. Your education it's gonna open doors from you that you have not seen yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Anything from my mother?
Just that she loves you. Just that she loves you, darling.
I would call to have a longer session because she will tell you. She brought my grandmother through for me when I was on the phone with Elaine, so it's a treasure to have that happen. Thank you so much. And one final, very, very quick one. Arlene in Brooklyn, you want to know what angel is protecting you, sweetie?
Yes, which angels are protecting me and any messages from them.
Actually, honey, you have Archangel Michael around you, and Archangel Michael is a bigwig. That's what I want to say to you. And you have been such an ally for so many people, and Archangel Michael. That's my answer right now.
Right. I'm so sorry. Well, can you do 2 more in 10 seconds each?
I'll try.
Cindy has a friend who passed away, and is she watching over her?
She is not only watching over her, she's watching over everybody, and she's happier than she's ever been.
Oh.
She just did so much for so many people, and she did.
And she's reaping the rewards of that. She's seeing it.
And she had people pass by her when they left, when she worked with the elderly like
Yes.
you. And so I was just, she didn't say anything. She didn't come back to me, and I don't know if she tried or not, and I was just kind of like curious to make sure she was.
She's more than fine, dear. More than fine.
Yeah, sorry, honey. Sorry to run. And that's it. I'm sorry. We can't do any more because the show's over. Elaine Grohman. That's what we call drive-by readings.
Yeah, I guess so, honey.
Yeah, you're going to need a drink after that one. Oh, whoops. Sorry. Angel
you,
readers
Laura.
don't do that, do they?
Well, sometimes.
Yeah, tonight you'll start. Thank you so much for being here, Elaine Grohman. Find her at her website, elainegrohman.com.